The crystal glasses clinked as my sister Amanda raised her fourth toast of the evening. To Daddy's 60th birthday, she beamed, and to wise investments. That last part was aimed at me, her signature subtle dig. I sipped my wine quietly, watching the family dynamics play out around our father's massive dining table. The same table where 3 years ago our grandfather's will had been read. I'm Sarah Mitchell, youngest of 3, and according to my family, the only one who squandered their inheritance. If they only knew that my squandered $2 million had just turned into $8 billion yesterday. Sarah, darling, my mother's voice carried that familiar note of disappointment. I noticed your car's getting rather worn. Are you sure you wouldn't like to discuss financial planning with Amanda? She's done so well with her inheritance. Amanda preened, her designer dress and diamond earrings screaming success. The investment firm's portfolio is up 12% this quarter, she announced. That's on top of the beach house appreciation. My brother Michael, the middle child and sensible investment banker, nodded approvingly. Smart moves, Mandy. Unlike some people's, what did you call it, Sarah? Tech venture? I adjusted my deliberately modest sweater. No designer labels for me, not yet. Something like that. Speaking of which, my father set down his fork. Your mother and I are concerned. That inheritance was meant to secure your future, not fund some computer experiment. If only they could see my private island in the Pacific. Or the penthouse in Manhattan. Or the fleet of cars I kept hidden in a warehouse across town. But tonight wasn't about that. Tonight was about timing. Amanda's right, my mother sighed. She invested wisely. Property, blue-chip stocks, secure bonds. While you... She glanced at my second-hand watch. Well, at least you have your little consulting job. That little consulting job was actually me running my tech company, Mindframe Technologies, through a series of shell corporations. The same company that was about to shock the business world. Tell them about the new yacht club membership, Michael urged Amanda. That's what smart inheritance management looks like. Amanda lifted her chin. Well, since you mentioned it, Morgan and I just got accepted to Golden Harbor Club. Very exclusive. Not that some of us would know about such things anymore. My phone buzzed silently in my pocket. Right on schedule. I just worry, my mother continued, swirling her expensive wine from a vineyard I secretly owned, about your retirement, Sarah. You're 32. The inheritance could have set you up for life like it did for Amanda and Michael. Instead, Amanda smirked, you threw it all away on some app idea. At least I invested my share wisely. The family's smart TV mounted on the dining room wall had been playing CNBC quietly in the background. Suddenly the breaking news alert chimed. Speaking of investments, I said softly, nodding toward the screen. The headline flashed. Breaking. Tech giant acquires Mindframe Technologies for $16 billion, largest acquisition of the year. My mother's wine glass slipped from her fingers, shattering against fine china. Amanda's fork clattered onto her plate. Michael choked on his bourbon. The newsreader's voice filled the stunned silence. In a shocking move, Mindframe Technologies, the secretive AI firm founded by Sarah Mitchell, has been acquired for $16 billion in cash and stock. Mitchell, who started the company with a small inheritance. That's not possible, Amanda whispered, her perfect composure cracking. You wasted your inheritance. Everyone knows that. I pulled out my phone, checking the official notification. Actually, I invested it. Just not in yacht clubs and beach houses. 16 billion? My father's voice cracked. But you drive a used Honda. Amazing what you can accomplish when people underestimate you, I replied, standing to retrieve my coat, my real coat, the hand-tailored Burberry I'd kept hidden in the hall. By the way, Amanda, about the Golden Harbor Club. I bought it last month. Consider your membership revoked. Michael was frantically Googling on his phone. There's more, he said weakly. Forbes. Wall Street Journal. They're all running the story. Tech's hidden billionaire. The stealth startup queen. Sarah, how did we not know? I smiled, remembering all the family dinners where they'd lectured me about responsibility. All the snide comments about wasting my potential. All the times Amanda had showcased her wise investments while mocking my choices. You didn't know, I said quietly, because you saw what you wanted to see. The irresponsible youngest child. The tech dreamer. The one who wasted her inheritance. My phone buzzed again, my actual assistant, not the temp job they thought I worked. Ms. Mitchell, the private jet is ready. Tokyo office needs you first thing tomorrow. Private jet. My mother's voice was faint. One of 12, I confirmed. Along with properties in 7 countries, a tech campus larger than Google's, and yes, Amanda, a much bigger yacht than the one you bragged about last Christmas. Amanda's perfect makeup couldn't hide her shock. But you live in that modest condo. A unit I keep for family visits, I corrected. My actual residence takes up the top 3 floors of that new tower downtown. The one you called new money trying too hard last month. Why the deception? My father demanded, still staring at the TV headlines. Because you taught me something valuable, I replied, checking my real watch. A Patek Philippe worth more than Amanda's beach house. Success is sweetest when no one sees it coming. The morning after my father's birthday dinner bombshell, I sat in my actual office, the 100th floor of the Mindframe Tower. Floor-to-ceiling windows offered a perfect view of the Golden Harbor Club, where Amanda was probably still processing last night's revelations. Your sister's called 17 times, my executive assistant James reported. Your brother's trying to reach you through LinkedIn, and your mother's already changed her country club bio to mother of tech visionary Sarah Mitchell. I smiled, scanning the morning's headlines on my digital wall. Mindframe's $16 billion acquisition shocks tech world. Sarah Mitchell, the heiress who turned millions into billions. Inside the world's most secretive tech empire. The Wall Street Journal wants an exclusive, James continued. Your brother's investment bank is desperately trying to schedule a meeting, and Amanda's husband Morgan has sent 4 emails about investment opportunities. My phone buzzed, a text from Amanda. Family emergency meeting at Mom and Dad's. No, this isn't a request. Before I could respond, James's voice came through again. Your mother's in the lobby. He's brought photo albums. I checked the security feed. There stood my mother, clutching old family photos, dressed in her finest, probably hoping to run into press photographers. Send her up. And James, pull up the Golden Harbor Club ownership documents. Minutes later, my mother entered, faltering as she took in the space. The ultra-modern design, the technology, the clear views of every property I'd acquired while they thought I was failing. Darling, she managed, we had no idea. Clearly, I replied, watching her eyes dart around, probably mentally calculating the office's worth. Though you didn't care much about my ideas when you thought I was just wasting my inheritance. She clutched the photo albums tighter. I brought pictures, for the press, from your childhood. They'll want to know about your early years, your family support. Support. I raised an eyebrow. Like when you told the country club I was still finding myself last month. Or when you suggested I get a real job at Amanda's firm. We were worried about you. Living in that small condo, driving that old car. While building this, I gestured to the empire around us. Every property you see from these windows, I own it. That new tech campus on the river? Even Amanda's precious beach house neighborhood, I acquired it through a shell corporation last week. My phone buzzed, another message from Amanda. Mom's gone to talk sense into you. Don't do anything rash about the club membership. Too late, I murmured, then addressed my mother. The acquisition closes in an hour. I have meetings to prepare for. James will show you out. Sarah, please, she stepped forward, photos spilling onto my desk. We're having a family dinner tonight. To celebrate properly. Amanda's already invited the Reynolds, their sons in venture capital. No, I cut in. Amanda's not inviting anyone to the club. Because effective this morning, the entire board's been replaced. Amazing what you can do when you own something outright. James appeared at the door. The acquisition team is ready, Ms. Mitchell. Thank you, James. I turned back to my mother. Give Dad my best. And Mom? Those photos won't be necessary. Forbes already has an exclusive on how I built this empire while my family was busy underestimating me. As security prepared to escort her out, my phone lit up with a message from Michael. The bank's directors want to meet. We could collaborate, keep it in the family. I laughed, typing back, interesting offer. But I already own 30% of your bank shares. Check tomorrow's announcements. Because this was just the beginning. The acquisition would double Mindframe's value. The real estate holdings would reshape the city. And my family? They were about to learn that sometimes the child they dismissed as irresponsible had actually been choreographing everything all along. The acquisition signing ceremony at Mindframe Tower's Grand Hall buzzed with energy. Tech journalists jostled for position, cameras flashing as I stood in a perfectly tailored Alexander McQueen suit, no more pretending to shop at department stores. "Your family's here," James murmured. "All of them." I glanced toward the media section. There they were, my parents, Amanda, Michael, even Morgan, all dressed like they'd been supporting me all along. Amanda was already networking, probably claiming she'd always believed in her sister's vision. My phone buzzed with a text from Michael. "We need to talk. Family meeting tonight. The bank's board is very interested in any potential partnerships." I smiled, typing back. "Actually, check your email. Your bank's ownership changed hands an hour ago. Hostile takeover. Guess who's the majority shareholder?" The ceremony screens displayed Mindframe's stats. Acquisition price, $16 billion. Market impact, largest tech deal of the decade. Post-merger valuation, estimated $30 billion. "Ms. Mitchell," a Bloomberg reporter approached, microphone ready. "Your sister Amanda told us she was an early supporter of your vision. Would you say family backing was crucial to your success?" I caught Amanda's flinch in the crowd. "Actually," I replied, loud enough to carry, "I succeeded despite my family's constant criticism. They thought I'd wasted my inheritance. Sometimes the best motivation is proving everyone wrong." Mother's social smile cracked slightly. Michael's banking portfolio nearly slipped from his manicured fingers. 2 minutes to signing," James announced. I stepped to the podium, remembering all the family dinners where they'd mocked my computer hobby. All the holiday gatherings where they'd showcased Amanda's wise investments. All the times Michael had lectured me about responsible money management. 30 seconds. The screens began the countdown. In the crowd, Morgan, who'd rejected my early investment offer as too risky, was frantically checking his Golden Harbor Club membership status on his phone. The documents were signed. Mindframe's value jumped to $35 billion within minutes. The hall erupted. Somewhere in the crowd, my mother was probably planning how to rewrite history in her social circles. "Ms. Mitchell." Reporters swarmed. "How does it feel to become one of the youngest tech billionaires? Your net worth just crossed $20 billion. Any plans to slow down? Will you be upgrading from your modest condo now?" I smiled, adjusting my Cartier watch, the one I'd kept hidden during years of family criticism. "Actually, that condo was just for show. Like that old Honda and the secondhand clothes. Success is sweetest when everyone underestimates you." James appeared at my elbow. "Board meeting in 10. And Amanda's trying to schedule a family celebration at the Golden Harbor Club. Tell her the club's closed for renovation," I replied. "Indefinite renovation. Oh, and her beach house? The neighborhood's being rezoned. For my new tech campus." The ceremony screens showed the final numbers. My phone buzzed constantly. Distant relatives, old friends, former critics all scrambling to connect. A message from Amanda caught my eye. "The club members are panicking. Please, we can discuss this." "Should have thought about that before spending 3 years mocking my investments," I murmured. As security cleared a path through the media, I caught sight of my father trying to reach the executive area. Time to show him what his irresponsible daughter had really built. The Mindframe executive floor was a testament to everything they dismissed. State-of-the-art everything, priceless art and views that made Amanda's beach house look like a pool shed. "Sarah," my father stepped forward, "this is incredible. But surely we can discuss this as a family." "Family?" I laughed softly. "We're only family now because I'm worth billions. Funny how that works." I walked to my window wall, surveying the city I'd reshaped while they thought I was failing. "That inheritance you thought I wasted? I turned it into this. Every building you see, every company you know, every success you mocked, all part of my plan." "But why the deception?" Mother whispered. "Because you taught me something valuable." I turned back. "Success isn't about impressing family. It's about proving them wrong, even if you have to do it in secret while they ridicule your choices." Amanda stepped forward, her socialite training kicking in. "About the club membership. Is permanently revoked," I finished. "Consider it payback for all those times you bragged about your wise investments while mocking mine." "You can't just..." Michael started. "Actually, I can. And I am." I pressed a button, displaying Mindframe's full portfolio on my digital wall. "While you were pitching me mutual funds, I was building this. Every acquisition, every property, every success you were too busy judging to notice." The stock tickers caught everyone's eye, my net worth passing $25 billion. Now, I checked my watch. I have a board meeting. We're discussing which companies to acquire next. James will show you out. Wait, Mother reached for my arm. The Reynolds are hosting a celebration dinner tonight. Everyone who's anyone. Everyone who doubted me? I raised an eyebrow. Everyone who dismissed my dreams. No thanks. My private jet's waiting, Singapore office needs attention. Private jet? Amanda whispered. A fleet of them, I confirmed. Though you probably missed that detail while bragging about your timeshare in the Hamptons. As security arrived to escort them out, Father turned back. Princess, please. We can fix this. No need, I smiled. I already fixed it. Built a billion-dollar empire, reshaped the entire city, and proved every doubt wrong. But hey, at least now you have something real to brag about at the country club. Oh wait, I own that too. After they left, James brought in the final reports. Acquisitions complete. You're trending worldwide. And your mother's already updated her social media to include proud mother of tech pioneer in her bio. I laughed, remembering all the times she'd avoided mentioning my career at social events. Let her. Success is the best revenge, especially when it comes with the power to reshape their entire world. My phone buzzed one last time, a message from Amanda. Family dinner Sunday. Please. We need to make this right. I typed back. Can't make it. Too busy running the empire you said I'd never build. But feel free to discuss my success without me, you've had plenty of practice discussing my failures. Looking out over my city, watching the sun set behind buildings I owned, I smiled. Sometimes the best revenge isn't proving people wrong. It's succeeding so spectacularly that they have to live with knowing how wrong they were. And I was just getting started.